I want to take a second to go over this projector screen that I recently purchased and I've set up a few times now. And now that I've got a feel for how this screen works, I want to take a second to go over why exactly I decided on this particular screen and why you might consider making this investment for your projector if you've got one at home or if you're looking to go ahead and pick one up. The kids and I have been wanting something we could watch outdoor movies on out here, whether it be in the yard or when we go on our camping adventures. There's plenty of different screens out there available on the market, and the one that I ultimately decided on was this one made by Elite Screens. Now, when I started looking for screens and I was trying to figure out which screen it was I wanted to pick up, something that was important to me was I wanted a nice sturdy aluminum frame. I didn't want one of those models that blew up and you have to run a blower to continuously while you're running it. And I also wanted something that was kind of built for quality, stored in a nice carrying bag, and could be transported easily as well. And in my research, that is what led me to this Elite Screens model. Now you can pick these things up in several different sizes. I opted for the 120-inch screen, but if you decide you wanted something a little bit bigger and or smaller, they've got a model that goes up to 135 inches, as well as all the way down to 58 inches as well. Now I've already got the frame set up and ready to go. It's time to put my screen on here. The frame itself assembles very easily actually. Once you get it out of the storage bag, you can have this thing fully assembled and ready to go in less than 10 minutes. So once you get all the pieces accordioned out and everything kind of snaps and locks into place, and then you've got a couple little thumb screws where you attach the frame itself to the legs, and then you've got some angled supports in the back. That's really all there is to setting this screen up. The other thing I really liked about this screen made by Elite Screens is that the actual screen itself is made out of a very heavy duty vinyl, and it's got a black backing on the back as well as a matte white finish in the front. And if this thing were to get dirty, you can easily clean this with soap and water and get any dirt or any other markings off the screen relatively easy. Now you'll see as I put this screen on here, it's pretty easy to do, and what I like about it is it just snaps in place, and it is a tensioned screen. So a lot of people will use what you call the poor man's screen, where you maybe drape like a white bed sheet down from like a tree or hang it up that way, and you can always see those wrinkles or those little imperfections in the screen when you're running a projector. On this one here, once you get this thing snapped in place, it's actually tight, and it provides a very nice viewing experience when you get it up there. So there's a couple different ways you can do this. You can either have it like I've got it here where it's already stood up, or you can actually assemble this on the ground and then stand it upright. Really just take your pick as to what's going to be easier for you. But what I found I like so far is I'll go up here and I'll snap this in place like this, and then I'll come across to the other side and get this draped up like so. And you'll basically just pull this tight like that. And then once you get that all in place, it's just a matter of snapping all the snaps all the way down around the sides. Now, one other nice thing about this screen I thought was a nice touch is it does have these little pull loops you can stick your fingers in, so it can kind of help you pull this tight to the snap and get that in place like so. And then once you've got all four corners in and snapped in place like that, then you can go through and start snapping all of your corresponding snaps, and they all line up really well. As you can see, as I start snapping all of these in place like so, the screen starts pulling itself tight, and you're left with a nice finished product in the end. Now, we've ran this for a couple evenings now watching movies on it, and I will say even with a light breeze, this screen does a really good job of staying in place and it doesn't sway too bad. But if you do get it in a windier environment, it does come with 4 rods where you can lock the legs in on front and back, as well as it's got some drawstrings so you can pull tight from the top with some eyelets and really lock this thing in place. So even if you do get one of those 10-mile-an-hour winds, you can lock this thing in place and get it to where it won't sway too bad, and you can still get your movie in that evening. Really happy with this screen. I really like the fact that it assembles in minutes and you can break it down just as quickly, and they get it in that storage bag, and it's easy to store or easy to transport with you, depending on where it is you're taking the screen with you. That's all I've got for you on this one. I hope this was somewhat helpful for you in making a decision as to whether this screen made by Elite Screens would be right for you and your family or not. Appreciate you taking the time to watch. We'll catch you on the next one.